Okay, so does everybody use Facebook here?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, for the business, right? Okay, so we know roughly what we're doing, and you know about hashtags.
No.
Yeah. Yes, you do.
On Facebook, I mean, you know, whether it's relevant on Facebook or not. I don't.
Yeah, I think it is definitely relevant on Facebook. The more, and even more so now, because I've noticed, I've done a few tests with some posts and noticed that actually hashtags are being picked up more so now. Might be that people are just using them more because we've got a completely different audience to normal, but I do think that we should just put them on with Instagram and LinkedIn. Well, so tagging people, we discussed that last week, but just to reiterate it, so you only tag somebody that's actually relevant to your post, and use your hashtags to get your keywords in and key phrases.
When I did my homework at the weekend,
yeah,
I found
the only one who did, yes, the only one.
I did.
I found it a bit difficult to think of a hashtag. Obviously, you know what I mean? Like,
so you can do hashtag as in hashtag so it's relevant to your business. So hashtag wedding hair, hashtag hair training, etc. Right. You can also do hashtag something positive, hashtag good vibes, you know, all sorts.
Okay.
So not that you want to swamp it.
It was them. It was those off the wall ones I couldn't think of.
Yeah. So
something positive and things like that.
Yeah. So good vibes, something different. The easiest way is to go onto Instagram and just find hashtags that you like. You know, like Wanderlust is a really good one for travel.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Okay, Elka. I'll see you soon. So are we all okay with hashtags though, apart from that? Yeah.
Yeah.
And tagging people. Do you know how to tag people on Facebook?
No.
Okay. So I'm going to try and screen share with you now. So, can you all see that?
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. So, for instance, so this is a tile company and they've got 2 different tile accounts. So they've got the head office account and then they've got their stores, so Bridgewater and Pennington. So I'm just trying to explain it quickly. But say you want to say we have, oh God, just had an order in for, oh my God. And then you would tag. The only thing is, I don't know whether this is going to pick up. Okay. Okay, have you guys got Facebook on your?
Yeah, I got it on my phone.
Yeah. I'm just going to stop the share.
So what you're saying is if you do a post on your page,
yeah,
you do a post and then you can say, like, because I've just done an Easter egg hunt for the animals of Crimbley Dell. If I do the Easter egg hunt and then be like Twitter and you can add people into, like, you could put Devon Libraries on, you could put on that. So if you put Devon Libraries on, Devon Live, things like that, and the schools around Devon.
Yeah, but you would just need to do a that would be a hashtag. You would hashtag Devon Live because it's not relevant. You've got to watch because you don't want to bombard people with tags. So it's slightly different to Twitter. So you would it would be something relevant to you. So say you were sharing, or you were talking about your dog. I'm trying to go to yours, but like say you were talking about your dog, or you were talking about a client. You know, say you've just had a meeting with somebody. You would just say, "I've had a great meeting with at whoever that was."
Yeah.
And then, and then
Yeah.
you would hashtag if you want to bring anybody else up. So you would go on to Devon Live and see what their hashtags are, and then
Right.
hashtag.
Okay.
Does that
Okay.
make
So
sense?
I don't have to keep rewriting or copy and pasting in all these different pages. So say I did one for the aeroplanes, I don't have to go through all the Vulcan sites on Facebook and do exactly the same thing on all the Vulcan sites and then all the other sites. I could just do it in one and hashtag them in on it, just like on Twitter.
Yeah, as long as they pick that up. The problem, so it's a bit of an etiquette thing.
Yeah.
So you would hope that they would search those hashtags, but you would find out what hashtags they use.
Yes.
Searching it. And if they're not picking it up, then you would send them like a private message and say, I've done this.
Right, okay. So that saves me about 3 hours a day then.
Yeah, hopefully.
Yeah, that'd be good.
Yeah, but you only tag anybody that's relevant. So
yeah,
that's fine.
Okay, yeah.
Sorry,
Yeah.
Lydia. The drum was so loud I couldn't actually hear the basic explanation of how you tag somebody. Could you just do it quickly again?
Yeah, so if you want to tag somebody, you write in the post. So you write and then you put the @
Yeah.
and then you start writing the name of that company.
Oh, so it's like Twitter at mention.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep. Is that okay?
Right.
Yeah.
That's good.
Okay. Now the other thing is obviously sharing your website's content, your blogs and things on Facebook. So we did, just to briefly, I'm just running it over for everybody. So you just share the URL link and then write an intro to the blog that's enticing to people, and then put some hashtags in and then delete that URL. You don't need to show the URL.
Oh.
It looks tidier if you don't.
So you don't need to put your website URL in?
You put it in and you press enter and then it'll bring it up, and it'll bring up that page.
Oh.
The only thing I'll say with that is, obviously your website has to have a nice image as a featured image or as a blog image. And you just got to watch, because sometimes Facebook does pick up random images. If it does do that, then I would use Bitly.
Right, is that what that Bitly's for?
Yeah, so it's just
right.
Okay. Karen, do you know about Bitly?
No.
Okay, so say you have this long URL.
Yeah.
Like a blog, like you had a blog, but you're obviously writing the URL to be key phrases as well. So you don't want that to show on Facebook or any other social media platform. So you go on to something called Bitly, which is bit.ly. And what that does is shorten the link for you.
Okay.
So that means you can just post that and it looks a lot tidier. And you can put visit my website. So with Facebook, we are going to discuss this a little bit more on Wednesday about website content. Have you, Karen, yours is WordPress, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, and Matt, yours is WordPress. So have you got Yoast SEO installed on your website, Karen? Do you know? Yeah. Brilliant. So we can manufacture what your posts look like on Facebook using Yoast SEO. So that's fine. That's great. Okay, so that's the URL. So you don't have to show the URL on Facebook. You can delete it as long as it brings up what you want. If you need to add your own images to your Facebook post, then you need to use the Bitly link. So when you put the URL, press enter, then delete the link, and then you put that on your Facebook. Does then when people go on that, does it then take them straight to the blog page? It takes them to that. Okay. Yeah, takes them where you want them to go.
So I could put that Easter egg hunt on my blog page and then put it on. Oh, bloody hell, that's good.
Yeah.
I've been doing it all wrong for 2 years.
I was just trying to share. Liz, do you want me to share anything, like Bitly or anything? I can show my screen.
Yeah, you can screen share, can't you?
Well, I can show you my screen.
Oh, yeah, that's fine. Okay,
So,
so
Liz, do
go
you
on.
do you do your whole post on Bitly, upload it and pop it in?
No. Right, so so basically the whole point of social media is to engage with people, but also drive them to your website. So when you're posting things, obviously depending on your audience, but your whole point is to sell, isn't it? Now, social media isn't about selling per se, it's about creating raising the awareness and creating the engagement. And the engagement is then they go to your website and do what you buy something, contact you, whatever. So writing blogs and website content, you've got to put that on social media. And so you do everything on your website and then you post on social media to get them to your website.
Right. Oh my God. Okay. Right. I'm useless at this.
I don't know, because I keep seeing all your stuff on all over the place.
That is just by total chance and mistake. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just pressing.
Oh, maybe it works.
Yeah. And don't forget, obviously, Facebook and all social media is really clever. So it picks up on algorithms. So the other day when we all went and looked on each other's pages, obviously then it then pushes that onto our news feeds. So we will see your posts more now.
Right. Okay.
So that's why social media, you just need to keep on and on and on. Keep going.
Yeah. Oh, no, now I know how to do it properly. I'll do it.
And
Well, you'll do your homework.
I've done my homework. It's the Easter egg hunt, and I've introduced 2 new characters, one in Thorpe Airfield, but I don't know how to advertise it. You see, so they're there, but I don't know how it works. So they're in cyberspace at the moment.
So, just quickly, the other thing that I wanted to say, which is just flames, you were saying no because you distracted me with your characters. No, how'd you get them out? The other thing, obviously, is your newsfeed. So your followers need to keep engaging on your Facebook page for followers to keep seeing it. So if they haven't engaged for a certain period of time, it drops off their newsfeed. So that's why when you're writing posts and things, it's encouraging them to like, you know, so when you do write a post, just try and think about something that's a little bit engaging, especially at the moment. So asking them a question is great. So, yeah. Okay.
Well, I never answer.
No, they don't answer, but they do. The engagement is there, and you know, they just, even if they just
do that, like, what do you think, and what, you know, these open things, and answer there comes none really. You can see people. But
a good one is a poll. Put a poll up. That's a good one. That gets people.
Okay.
Yeah. Put one of them up. What's your business? Sorry.
Books, comics.
Oh yeah, we'll put a poll of your best comic or your favourite comic, or the put list of 3 favourite comics. Mine's the Beano, so put that up.
Okay, so you've posted it and then you want to get it out there and you've got your followers. So that's great, but you want to increase your following. So that would be to engage in groups that are on Facebook. So go on to your group. And now they're all slightly different, but some you can share, you can join as your company, not just as yourself, but it is varied depending on the group. But you can search for the groups, find something that's relevant or that you can engage in that's got a nice number of followers. Join the group, have a little nose and try and, normally they do a hashtag introductory post for business pages. So you go in and you introduce yourself and then they have some rules, but that's fine, just follow the rules. But what I would say is try and get in on those, all people are, especially at the moment, they're all talking, so just try and get in onto something that's relevant to you and relevant to your business. So like you've got the golf, haven't you, Em? You know, you could do that. And you've got your furniture, Adam, you've got interior designers and they're always commenting at the moment. And Matt, you've got, obviously, this is a great time for you guys at the moment because people are constantly asking questions. Yeah. Karen, obviously, people are thinking about ways around things, aren't they? So how to get things out there for like webinars and stuff. So it's just trying to engage on that. Obviously for Karen and Matt, you're going to be probably better off in LinkedIn for your groups. But we can touch that briefly tomorrow because we're doing generic social media tomorrow. Okay, so Facebook advertising. Is that all right? Have I covered enough?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's great. I'll be getting on with, yeah, brilliant.
Good. Okay, so Facebook advertising. So when we're back up and running, Facebook advertising is brilliant. And I have several companies that use Facebook advertising over Google. Now, the reason why we find it, it's much more engaging. People enjoy it and react to Facebook advertising a lot more than any other platform I've used so far. So reason being, I think you can do a single image, you can do several images, and then you can create that as a carousel, or like a slideshow. And the most engaging is video. You know that, don't you, Karen? I mean, it's a lot more engaging. You can then target your customers exactly who you want. So you can say, right, I want to pick people who are the age between, or where they live, or what their interests are, or whether they like certain pages. So then you can say, right, I want to pick a customer that likes Waitrose, for instance, and it will target that level of people. It can target people who purchase online, so you only target them. You can do split tests, which I mentioned last week. So you can do, right, I'm going to try this age group. I'm going to try between 18 to 25 with one type of ad, and I'm going to try age 45 plus with this type of ad and see who reacts. And then you run that for a few months to then see which is your most engaging advert. So you might try just a different image, or you like, for instance, the knee walker guys, most of their business is off Facebook. And that's because we run 6 different ads. So we run 2 in London. One is for between the ages of 25 to 40, and then the other is for the 40 plus. The 25 to 40 ad is all about younger people. So all the video that goes up there is about the younger people. And then the 45 plus is the slightly older people and why they would benefit from using a knee walker. Then we've got one which is for sports people. And obviously that content is purely for sports people, and then sport athletes that have used the knee walker. And then the other 3 are different locations. So they're like affluent, slightly older people. So Bournemouth, Aberdeen, and Torbay. And so then we spend £5 a day each in London, £5 for the sports, and £2.50 each a day on the other 3. So you're looking at, and if you want to get a result from it, you're looking at spending at about £5 a day to warrant what you want. If you spend £5 a day, you're aiming at hitting around 1,500 people for that week, roughly. But it gives you, when you do your Facebook ad, it gives you a guide on your audience. So as you're running through the ad and you start changing the demographics, it will tell you, it will do a little graph and it will say, this is good, this is a good reach, or it's weak, or it's too high. So Facebook really guides you through it. The one thing to be very careful of is when you put your £5 a day budget, is to put an end date or a maximum budget, because I've had a few people that have tried to do it on their own and they've ended up spending hundreds. So you just got to make sure that you make the end date so you know what your spend is going to be. So if you do a budget and say, actually, I'm going to spend £50 and I want to trial this because I want to trial people in Bristol, and I want people who have shown an interest in video production or have shown an interest in human resources, or you want to target an industry. So you want to say, actually, I want anybody who's working in healthcare, which is what we do with the knee walkers. It's like we did that a couple of weeks ago. We did like just targeting healthcare professionals, or somebody that's shown an interest in interior design, or who follow groups. That's the other thing. And that's it really. Just create your ad exactly how you think it will engage that audience. And if you can, use video or add the images to create the video.
So if we sort of like did it for our business, would we be better off like say picking an area each week? So instead of trying to go to the masses, so like, I don't know, sort of like Scotland, you know, that kind of thing, and then just pick a different area each week?
Yeah, so I would do, the only thing I'll say is I would try and give it, if you can, try and do like 14 days for you to be able to see a good result, because it gives Facebook, especially at the moment, it gives Facebook time to get it out there. Also, it will automatically put your placement, so it will see, it will judge it over time, who's been clicking and who's been engaging, and it will then automatically set the placements for you, especially if you're going to do it where it links to Instagram as well, which you guys would. So you would, it does it automatically. So it gives it a chance just to work properly. So do it for 2 weeks. And I think if you spend less than £50, you won't get that good a result, because you won't be able to see if it's worked. You have to give it an opportunity to see if it works or not. But yeah, definitely every fortnight, or have an overlapping one if you can.
Yeah.
But every fortnight, do different areas where you know there's a high golf audience.
So pick the areas with the best golf clubs, basically.
Yeah, yeah. Or you know,
Send one to Trump.
Yeah,
Sorry.
example for Trump's golf club up in Scotland, but
yeah.
if he wants to buy it, that's fine by me.
Yes.
Sure he does.
And like for instance,
Would you want to tell us?
and obviously, if you've got any like celebrities that can endorse it, or professionals that can endorse your products, or a business that you can endorse it, when you do create that ad, try and add the fact. So for the knee walkers, like it's NHS approved. So the second image that's shown within the video that they do is that it's NHS approved. So if you, or like they've just got a new, the rugby guy who's got 70,000 followers on Instagram, he's just got one. So obviously we're using his image on that. So try and, when you create it, obviously Karen knows about this as well, when you're trying to create it, it's got to be engaging content. Otherwise there'd be a complete waste of your money, really.
Right.
And also, not because video is on Facebook is twice as more engaging than an image. So going back to what we were saying last Wednesday when we did about video production and video and live streaming, when you do your content, try and think, actually, could this be better as a video, or create the images to make them look like a video. If budget is tight at the moment, just you can use up to 10 images and create a video, and Facebook does a template for you, so you can put text over the top.
Okay, cool.
Right.
Can you do that on Canva as well then? The video with.
Yeah, so I wouldn't use a Canva video on Facebook. So Facebook has got a bit of an issue with the when you upload things, it has got to be like an MP4 video if you're going to upload it. But what I've noticed is when we've been creating some that have, like, you know, like the short ones from Canva, it just glitches and it won't load it. So I wouldn't bother. I'd either have a professional one done or a decent one done.
Yeah.
Or specifically for you.
Just use a Facebook one.
Yeah, or use a Facebook one that will create it for you.
Okay.
Karen, have you got any experience with Facebook videos?
Well, when we finished making our animations, we upload the animation. So it obviously looks to a punter like a video, although because I guess for all intents and purposes it is. But we just upload it from the our Dropbox area where we save our files. So I haven't heard of Bitly before, and we've never used Facebook as advertising before. It's just to update our profile, really. We use LinkedIn and Instagram.
Yeah, Yeah, I think, and I would have said like that was great, but I think Facebook now is busier. We were saying last week, it's busier than ever, and I think you can get on every platform. But Facebook advertising is really good because you can pick your job titles as well. So and it's a slightly obviously softer approach than LinkedIn.
Yes.
You know, I wouldn't mind if you do your Facebook ads and you do a Facebook ad. It would be nice if you could test your animations when you upload them, because I've had real trouble uploading animations, and also just like Canva uploads. It's been a bit of a nightmare when you try and do the advert. Not when you do it normally, but when you do an advert, it comes up with parameters, which is a bit strange. So yeah, so if you do it, could you let me know if it works?
Sure.
Because I do it through. So the other thing is, just going on a little bit, you can run your account through Facebook Business. So business.facebook.com. Have you got that?
For Facebook?
Yeah.
I can ask you about that.
My page for Facebook. Do you have to set up a new page as a business page?
No, basically, if you go into business.facebook.com,
Yeah.
set up the account, and I think you have done this, Jenny, before, but I think it got in a bit of a.
Yeah, I have no memory of so many things.
This is good for you guys, Matt and Sophie, and probably Karen as well, because it comes across as your brand rather than, and you have the ads are a lot more complex. So I really wish I could screen share with you right now. Pardon?
You said go into Facebook.
No,
Business.
business.facebook.com.
Business.facebook.com and then log in with your account.
Yeah, you might have to sign up. I'm not sure. You should be able to log in. Just make sure you log in. When you do it, you have to make sure you create your brand account, not your personal account.
Oh yeah.
Well, I think the Nash Comics is a business account anyway.
Yeah, but you haven't got it as a brand account. Have a look at it with you, Jenny, at some point. Hang on.
Okay.
So I'm going to try this one because it hasn't got a lot of content on it. So I'm hoping that won't be too slow. Right, bear with me. Can you see that?
Not yet. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so obviously we've stopped all our advertising for the last week on Facebook because it's been a waste of time. But if I go to, I'm going to go to this account. Obviously, I've got you just have one account, so it would just come up straight away with just the one account. It's a bit like if you've used LinkedIn advertising, it's a bit like that. Oh, there we go. Can you see anything?
No.
International sales one, no, not really.
Okay, I'll leave it because it's just going to slow it down. But if you go on there and have a play around, and then what we'll do is when I've got some more Wi-Fi or something, I'll try and create it where we just do it about Facebook ads. We just do a 15-minute session of just running through it. I'm just going to try again. Just try one more time, okay? It's come up on mine. Can you see that? No.
Yeah.
Can you see this or not?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So this
Oh,
is.
I can't see anything.
Oh.
It's gone to a Zoom page. It just says write a review. I can't see you.
Oh. Let's stop it. Let's stop it. We'll try and sort out a session where we just do 15 minutes on it or something.
Do you think we all need to do that? Do you think I need to go on there or not?
No.
Okay.
I wouldn't. You can just do boost posts. Just boost your posts for a minute.
Okay.
No, who I would say would work from it would be Karen, Adam, definitely, Matt and Sophie. Yeah. I'm not sure. I think you're better off keeping as you are. And Rob, I'd keep as you are as well. Maybe we look at it in maybe a couple of months' time for you guys, to fit you, once you get some money and it's working, you can keep doing it then.
Do you think, I know we would normally do just boost post or not get very much from boost post. Do you think, given that we're doing the Magic the Gathering on Zoom and can go to a much bigger audience, is that worth doing an advert on?
Yeah, so you can create the event on Facebook.
Sorry?
You can create the event on Facebook.
Yeah.
And then you can promote the event.
So not do a advert thing?
Yeah, you can. Yeah, it will tell you to boost it. Once you've created the event, it would then say, do you want to advertise?
Okay. Right, okay.
And I do think so, but I would just be very careful at the moment that you wouldn't be throwing money away. So try and share it in groups.
That's all I'm doing at the moment anyway, Lydia. There's no money coming in and there's just money going out.
Yeah, but what I mean is Facebook, the ads on Facebook are running really badly at the moment. So I'd just hold off a little bit, try and share in some groups first.
Yeah, okay.
Actually, we've been getting quite a little bit of engagement because International Tiles have just reopened their online store. So we've just shared that on some interior design groups, and actually it's picked up quite nicely. So I think we've just got to be a bit more. Go on.
When you say share within group, you might have done this last week, but I'm not quite sure what you mean by sharing groups.
Okay, so you can find groups on Facebook that are relevant to your business or that are creating discussions relating to your business. And then you can go into the groups and join them.
As a business?
Pardon?
As a business or as your personal?
At the moment, some you can join as a business and some you can join personal. It doesn't ideally join as the business, but if you can't, still go personal anyway. It's not a problem. And then you can always do an introductory post. They'll have rules on the groups. Some of them, actually yours probably won't have many rules on it, but you then post, you try and engage on there and post what you want to talk about. So for International Tiles, when we've written an interior design blog, then I share that. So the last one was about kitchen tiles. So once I've done that, I share that. So it's not a selling, well it is, but it's not a, here we are, come and buy a tile. It's come and see the latest kitchen tile ideas, and let us know what you think. Or if you've got a new product launching, I put it in there and say, what do you think?
Okay.
Yeah, so it's nice to do it like that.
I was looking at you over there, you've moved.
I know, and people keep moving. Is there anything else?
Can I ask another quick question?
Yeah.
Is the shop worthwhile on Facebook? That's a no then.
I think it's a lot of work for not a lot of reward.
I mean, you just copy and paste the info from your website, but then you can link it in on your Instagram, can't you, if you've got a new product?
Yeah, but have you had a lot of engagement from that?
I haven't done it for a while. I was just thought I'd ask, seeing as we're doing Facebook today, whether the shop thing is.
I've done it and I've never ever had anything from it.
Right, okay. So
yeah, like I said last week, these are completely different times and I don't think we can measure anything. So I think if you've got the time to do stuff, do it, because I just think everybody's on social. I mean, it's just getting even more so, isn't it? But to the point where on the telly this morning they're saying don't go on social media so much because screen times are just they've gone mental. So people are bored. So now is the time to be getting it out there and trying anything, I think.
I mean, the only downside to it is that obviously it has to be not verified, but you know what I mean. What's the word? You can't put it up on your shop straight away. They have to make sure that there's no,
I don't do it.
you know, and it's like some of them I've had to say, like, this isn't a, you know, a gun or a harmful weapon. It's a cover for a golf club. And it's like, oh yeah, that's fine. But, you know, that's the downside to it. You have to wait for it to be verified or validated or whatever it is.
Yeah, and they are slow to do that. So also it's like Facebook reviews and things like that are very slow at the moment. So
Okay. Well, I won't bother. I'll put that one on the back burner.
but now is also another, going into a bit of a marketing thing, now is a great time to be contacting everybody and saying, if you've got a spare minute, it'd be really nice if you can review us. It's really important to us at the moment. You know, yeah. I think that is really good for every business, is it? You know, because if you can get some reviews on there, it's when people are searching social media, the first thing they will look at, you know, after your initial post will be your reviews.
Is that better on Facebook, Lydia, or Google?
Both really, but Google isn't showing any reviews at the moment. They're really behind. So yes, it's great to encourage them to put it on Google, and it does affect your rankings with your reviews because it shows better on maps as well. But just don't worry if they said they've done it and it's not showing, because you won't see it for a bit. Google Ads seem to be back working. Did I tell you that last week? They're all back up and running by the looks of it. It seems to be working really nicely again. So if anybody's thinking about doing Google Ads, I would reinstate them. And also, if you've used Google Ads in the last 12 months, you get credits. They're putting credits on your account, but I haven't seen them yet. I'm going to do Google Ads later in the week, I think.
Okay.
Quite good. It's quite good. Well, because like the New Walker guys, we started those off again on Friday, and all they've done is spent £5 a day, and they've had 150 click-throughs in just Friday over the weekend. So they're actually, you just got to be careful how you create the ads on Google, because otherwise they try and get high impressions and low click-through rates, so it ends up just throwing money away. But if you do it right, but simply, it gets good results. Sorry, going off on a tangent.
So we're going to try another way of obviously sort of like getting a bit of traffic through the site, which is obviously for the kids to be able to design their own head cover. So obviously that will be in a blog on our website. So hopefully that will just like bring a little bit of traffic through for them to just read about it, and obviously the competition rules and downloading the stuff. So hopefully that will sort of let people have a little mosey around the website as well. So
yeah, it's a good idea, because also the adults will probably have to download it anyway, so it gets them to look at it, doesn't it?
Well, I don't know, kids are smarter than me these days on these bloody things.
Well, you know, I said about doing
this. Nobody ever taught them, they just sort of instinctively know. I know,
it's like they're born with it.
Yeah, I'm still learning, it's uphill in treacle.
So they got a USB up their bum when they're born.
Yeah, it's mad. It's like my daughter, because you know we say to do about live streaming in YouTube. Well, she's been doing YouTube courses. She was like, "Can I host it?" And I said, "Well, you probably know more than I do." She's like, "Yeah, I'm going to host it." I thought, "Oh God." Right. Are there any other questions with Facebook? So tomorrow I'm going to go into like images and content a little bit more. But is there anything else like technically you need to know about Facebook?
Let me see if Scott was listening. Were you listening, Scott? What? Have you got any questions? What? That'd be a no.
He looks like he's working hard today.
Someone's got him.
Yeah, he's just like chopping up bits of biscuit and eating them when nobody can see.
Yeah, I was listening. I was listening more about the Facebook stuff. Yeah, great. You're all doing brilliant.
Fantastic. Matt and Sophie and Karen, was that useful enough? Have you got?
Yeah, great, thank you.
Yes, thank you. I mean, I think the proof's in the pudding, isn't it? You need to go away and play with it, and then you find out where the gaps in your knowledge are. But yes, thank you.
Yeah, and that's why I'm just going to keep running them week on week. And if you need anything, email me. You know, obviously we're around, aren't we? We're not going anywhere. So if you need anything, just give me a shout. Yeah, like I said, tomorrow is social media content and images. That's going to be a bit about Canva, isn't it? Tomorrow.
Yeah.
That would be good because that makes it easy for everybody to do some creative posts.
I do have one question.
Oh yeah.
So when you get messages on Facebook and your Facebook account is linked in with your Instagram account,
Yeah.
does anybody else have a problem with the message side of Facebook on their phones and their app?
What does it do?
It doesn't always show the messages properly, and then I get a notification twice from Facebook and twice from Instagram.
I would message Facebook.
Right, okay. I just wonder if anybody else has got that problem by linking the two together in your app. I tell by everybody else's faces that's new.
While we're on messages though, which is another thing, also for the guys that weren't here last week, just make sure your page is in order. So on the left, you know, when you go onto your page, you can see it says services, about, reviews, posts, events. Just make sure that bit down the left hand side is the order you want people to see your stuff.
Oh, can you do that in business Facebook, can you?
No, you have to. No, you just go onto your page and it's in settings and it's under templates and tabs.
Templates and
Just
tabs.
make sure you want posts to be at the top really, and then whatever your priority is. So about, reviews, whatever, wherever, just make sure it is in order.
I didn't know you could do that.
Yeah, because that's how it shows your when people scroll down your page.
Right.
Lydia, just a question. You know, when you post something on Facebook,
Yeah.
and for instance, it will say so many likes, so many comments, so many shares, and then underneath there's like a yellow line, a bar that moves across, saying so many people reached. That number is always very different to the people who've commented, and shared. So is that people who've just whizzed past it, or?
No, that's how when it's shown on somebody's news feed. So that's the amount of times it's shown on a news feed, and it's hit. So when somebody's liked it, obviously they've engaged with it, but that will also show on their news feed. So that will show to other people, which is why it's really good to just keep posting all the time and encourage engagement. Because as soon as they like it, it goes. If they share it, it shows on their news feed, and then it spreads to even more people.
So on something I did recently, it said that it was an animation. It said it was 172 views, but the yellow bar said 600 reached. So I didn't understand that. I don't understand the difference.
Okay, so it showed onto 600 different personal news feeds, but 172 actually stopped and viewed it. You know when you scroll down?
Yes.
Play. So
right,
some people scrolled past it, other people just actually viewed it. Good engagement though. That's all right. It is difficult for businesses on Facebook. And like I said, if you can get people to engage like that, obviously that makes your page prominent in the news feed. Going to messages. For messages, just make sure that you've got an automatic response set up.
Yeah, you told me that ages ago, so it's on there.
Yes.
With our email address.
Yeah, so because obviously we're not, well, I think we probably are at the moment, but when we get back to real life, we're not going to be sat on our phones all the time. And so if a message comes through, you don't want to lose anybody. So have a message saying, hi, thanks for messaging us. We will aim to get back to you within 24 hours or whatever. However, if your inquiry is urgent, please give us a call or email and put your contact details there. The other thing is obviously you can have the chat that pops up when people go on your page, and you can set that up. So just be careful of that, because I think it comes across a little bit, what's the word?
Generic?
Yeah, and you know, my immediate thing is to close it down. And I'm then distracted from the page, but everybody's different. So just have a look at it and see what you think, and see if you think it's relevant for your business.
Yeah, it's like some companies, you know that there's not that many people there to have this sort of like online chat with, and it's just like, and it gets in the way of something you're looking at and just annoys you.
Yeah.
Me, anyway.
Yes. Yes. Okay. Have I covered?
Are you doing these daily, Lydia?
Yeah, 12 o'clock every day. We do different subjects. So yeah, tomorrow is social media content and images. And then it's Wednesday is about website content and SEO. And we'll probably touch a little bit on Google Analytics if I've got time, but Google on its own is a bit of its own session really. Thursday is email marketing using MailChimp. And Friday is live sessions and YouTube.
Your daughter's just come back in, isn't she?
No, the cat's just ran past the window, so the ducks. Yeah, so, but at some point, I do really want to touch on Google, but it might have to be next week now, maybe next Wednesday.
That's when I can start getting the frilly knickers at the side by next week.
The grey will start to show next week.
I'm trying to stay in the light where it doesn't.
Brilliant.
I've got the same problem, Emma.
Just like in the light there, I was like, before you all come on, it's like...
It's funny watching people when they're coming on. They're all like,
How messy does it look today?
Brilliant. Yeah, so if you need anything in the meantime, just give me a shout. But if not, I'll see you tomorrow at 12.
How do we contact you, Lydia?
Thank you.
Oh,
Just
yes.
yeah. Happy birthday tomorrow, lads.
Thank you. Thank you. If you need me, my email is redpostmedia.com, which you should have got when I sent you the invite. Just email me there.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
No worries. I'll see you tomorrow.
Thanks.
See you later.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye now.